they are in a high-risk zone or are no longer able to volunteer. For every one of those, we're getting 2 that are volunteering. I mentioned yesterday that it appears that Minnesotans were social distancing better. There seems to be some cell phone data and other quantifiable data to show that that is happening, that Minnesotans are taking this seriously. I know that I do hear from folks out there, and I see some of the things where people are congregating too much. All we can do is continue to remind our neighbors not to do that.
Councilman Jeremy Olson, the Star Tribune.
Hi, thank you. Governor, I was hoping you'd just expound on your information sources indicating that Minnesotans are starting to comply with public health recommendations. You'd mentioned cell phone data and others. Can you expand on what information you're seeing and why you're confident in it?
Yeah, we'll get it out. Some of that is I know that the Post Bulletin did a little bit. There were some early things coming out. We're getting reports back in from Department of Public Safety where I'm asking them to be deliberate about trying to note where they're at, locations, what's gathering. Some of it is certainly anecdotal, but it does matter. If somebody's out walking on Calhoun and takes a picture of 15 people standing next to each other, that is indicative of this. But we're trying to get more of that, and I think in this data that we give, I think we're going to be able to provide a little quantitative data to show that whatever's happening, Minnesotans seem to be social distancing to a point where we're stretching out the peak infection rate a little bit. And keeping in mind, this is somewhat, I understand, you can kind of disillusion people a little bit. We're doing all of this hard work to buy time. It's not as if, again, I think there's a misconception that we're going to shelter in place. One of the days there's going to be an all clear and there's going to be big parties on Grand Avenue and Hennepin. That is totally false. It is incorrect, and it sets up a dangerous precedent where reinfection rates in these countries that have gotten it down are coming back again. So we'll provide you the best data that we can, but at this point in time, a little bit of it's off some of those cell phone tower data that they were pinging of where folks are at and how much movement we're seeing. We're seeing traffic down in the metro area about 40%, in greater Minnesota about 26%. So just some data like that shows that people are not moving at the same degree they have been.
Quick follow-up, I believe